my phone glued to the measurements. I'm gonna see him tonight. So
okay, that sounds good. I got the back part.
What?
I got the back part.
Cool. That's a good fabric.
Yeah, we got it at Hobby Lobby, and I did this flat fell seam, so it's like
Oh yeah.
clean.
That's super cool.
On both sides, yeah. But then I had to watch a video on how the heck to put it together, and I got a little bit of know-how now. I think.
Whoa, calm down, cat.
Yeah, no. He's so riled up right now. I don't know what to do with him.
I'm just so proud that I got all 3 player recommendations.
That's cool. Yeah. I'm usually stuck in the cutscene, so I don't do the player recommendation in time. Everybody just GTFOs. I'm like, okay.
Well, this actually everyone stuck around for a while.
Oh, that's nice. That's different. I need like a grayish blue. I know I have something like that. Aha! Yeah, that'll work. That's fine. Alright, I got this. I got this now. Hopefully my boyfriend isn't watching. I think this is supposed to be the whole collar. Right. Over here. Okay, this is the fronts, and then these are the bits. Hi, Melon. I watched a video. I think it helped. So, I don't know why this goes as far as it does. I think it's supposed to stop somewhere like right up here, which you can't see because it's kind of off camera. Where am I? Kind of. I have to look over there. But, so, my boyfriend is tall. Well, when I say tall, everybody's taller than me, so everybody's tall. But he is 5'9". So I think we made this according to his height, which would make it taller than... Anyway, I'm like thinking out loud right now. So the way I'm thinking of doing this is... I don't want to serge any seams, but I might have to. I have black on there right now. Yameko, hello! Hi! We're making yukata. Because I'm hurriedly trying to make a Christmas present for my boyfriend that he definitely wants and deserves. My cats are going cray right now. What's going on? What are you doing? Do I need to spray you? What's going on? Hey! Stop it! Yeah? I better run. Really? Kal-El! I swear to God, I don't know what to do with these cats sometimes. I gotta go run next door real quick, so be right back. Okay, no problem. Usually it's around this time that not a lot of people end up coming on, but then again, it's always different, so I can never tell when like a good time to stream is. But Melon's usually here, or Minty, so I appreciate that a lot. Okay. So, I'm not sure about flat felling the front, so I might just have to go ahead and sew it and then overlock it. Just to see. So I figured out that this part, this is like the part that where the collar part goes. So once it's sewn, it comes out like this, and then it comes out to here with like a squared off portion of the collar. So I think the video helped a lot. And then the dimensions that I got from that horribly ancient website. Can we say that now? Ancient website? It felt like it wasn't that long ago that websites were brand new. Okay, here we go. So I got a different color because I thought this would be a little bit better if I was going to do any top stitching. Oh, and I also figured out from watching that video how to apply the sleeves. Thank God. It's just, they did the sleeves where that round portion, remember I was kind of going over that round portion of the sleeve where it's, traditionally it's gathered and pinned down. Well, she just cut it in a round formation, and I'm like, I don't know about that. Time flies. I know about the internet. Like, I remember GeoCities. I had a GeoCities website back in the day when I was so young and naive. Do you remember GeoCities? I guess I could just use this darkish color. The bobbin doesn't necessarily have to match. Right. Yes. I remember it. I don't know how far back your memory goes of GeoCities, but I remember when I first applied or signed up to get a website, the format was, it was like a neighborhood, and it would go into this little graphic of little houses, and they were all numbered, so you had a number like your house number in a certain neighborhood. So you had like the place, the neighborhood where you were that had a name, and then the number of your house. My son doesn't believe me about a lot of it. Oh gosh. It was a different time. But anyway, you had to look for a house that was unoccupied so that you could register your website. And then it was all just basic HTML, and I had to teach myself that early basic HTML. I was so proud of myself when I learned how to code. I was like, yeah, I'm coding. I was like impressing all the adults in my life. Like, look, I can code a website. It's like basic HTML now. Like, kindergartners know how to do that stuff. But, yeah. I was very proud. And I made a website dedicated to fandom of Quantum Leap, but specifically Al. So it was, oh God, I was one of those awkward teenagers. I was 13, I think, when I learned how to do that. No, I was a little bit older. I think I was 15 when I did that. And yeah, I was super nerd girl. Because I wasn't a nerd about regular stuff. I had to be an outlier. Crap. Oh. That's kind of just how this is cut. Okay. Somebody I didn't pay attention to the pattern direction. This guy. Oh no, I had a pretty active MySpace blog. Oh. Oof. I tried to get into MySpace, and I'm already not a very social person, and unless it's something I'm intensely interested in, I don't tend to talk about myself very often. So social media, I have a weird relationship with social media. I have a hard time doing Instagram. Though I realize I am proud of the work that I do, so that is like my one motivation to share anything on Instagram. But you might notice that if you go onto my Instagram, there are not a lot of pictures of just me or me modeling anything that I make. And that's not to say that I don't think, like, I look good when I try to do it. I just don't have a huge motivation to do it. It's kind of weird. I'd have to be really inspired to put myself on Instagram. And also, I guess I don't necessarily have access to somebody just able to take my picture. I don't feel comfortable using the timer, setting up my camera somehow and then taking a photo of myself somewhere. I'm just not that kind of person. I don't post on Facebook often either. Yeah, if you look on my Facebook, are we friends on Facebook? I thought we were. I know we're in the same group together, but the only time I'll post on Facebook is if I find something funny and want to share it, or if I find something I really like, or if I make something and I want to share it. I'll usually post about it, but that's very few and far between. Even posting to the Lolita Sewing Collective is hard. I have not posted the Christmas dress that I made or the one that I'm wearing now. I haven't posted that to the Lolita Sewing Collective, so there you go. That's my social engagement in a nutshell. This is easy because I could just turn it on and do whatever. I think I have to check. Oh, about, yeah. Thought we were. So, let's see. I think this ends wherever it, right about here. Okay, so wherever it squares off, I noticed, is where this pointy bit ends. So then I'm just going to cut this part off. So then it should just, oops, continue. Kind of. Oh, I made a boo-boo. Can I save it? I needed to have as much. Oh, well. Luckily, these things are so workable, malleable. I just need to be able to finish it at the same end. Let's see. I haven't sewn anything Lolita related in a bit. It's labor intensive for me. I'm still learning about fitting myself and embellishments. I have two big projects planned, but my measurements changed a bit, so I have to adjust my past dresses. That is frustrating. I am finding myself, well, I'm a little smaller, I think, so it's easier to just do like the large size with full shirring, and I know I'll fit into it. But I am a little frustrated that some of my older dresses that I've made for myself are now tight on me. I hate that. But life goes on, and we have to just be able to go with the flow, even if we don't like it. And finding the right size for you too is a process, especially when the sizes that come in those books aren't anywhere near your size, which is one reason why I like to cater to those who have trouble finding any Lolita that would fit them. So, I've mostly, like, most of my clients have been a really tall person or larger people, and so I'm able to accommodate them and still make them look pretty. But it's a tough skill. It took me a long time to even get up the nerve to grade up patterns. Everybody kept telling me, like, oh, grading is easy and complicated at the same time. I'm like, what does that mean? And it wasn't until, like, I just dove into it and tried getting into it so I could do it that I realized, oh, I see. It is easy, but there's, like, a slight formula you have to remember. And so when I do it, yeah, it's easy, but I have to constantly refer to the formula to make sure that I'm adjusting the size correctly. So it is definitely, as they say, it is difficult and easy at the same time, which at first made no sense to me at all until I, like, tried to do it. I'm like, okay, now I get it. It's very nice. I might make a simple jump skirt similar to that brunch dress you made to keep it simple. For sure. And honestly, if you're worried about sizing, doing something with the full shirring in the back really helps to set one's mind at ease. Because one, you don't have to put in a closure for it, and it has a lot more forgiveness when it comes to the shape. So the full shirring will, like, just easily hug you and also make the dress form-fitting without making it too constricting. I lean on OPs because I'm lazy about blouses. That's fair. Just the OPs have the extra bits about the shoulders and making sure that the arm's eye and the sleeve fits around your bicep. Those are, like, the only things you have to remember, just to make sure that it's wide enough for your shoulders and that your bicep isn't going to be squeezed to death. Starting to wonder about this collar piece. So where is it going to be squared off? Like down here? And right now, seriously, I'm so bad. All I really want to do is play Final Fantasy. That is terrible. I'm a terrible nerd, I know. It's actually a good nerd thing because that's what nerds do, but at the same time, like, no, I gotta finish this Christmas present. And who knows if I'll actually get enough done before the boyfriend gets home. Okay, so I have to, there's a little bit of an issue with this. This diagonal line is supposed to kind of blend, and I'm trying to, maybe it's just, you know what, maybe it is just supposed to. It was, I think, just supposed to go all the way until it ended. And I cut it off. I cut it off like an idiot. So I think it's okay because I might just be able to. Yeah, I think it ended right there. I'm gonna make this work. This is gonna happen. Yay for present sneaking. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see how I do. Let's see. Although I found an adapter case that will let me use my modern feet on my vintage machine. So at least it'll be nicely finished. Awesome. Yay for adapters. What else? I have 3 hours to myself on Thursday, so I'm gonna prep some sewing to do. Good. Maybe we can sew together. I don't know. I might have to just like, if I don't finish this today, which is likely, I'm just gonna say it. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna try, but what am I doing? It's not on. I might just have to like throw everything into a bag or something before boyfriend gets home. And like, nothing to see here. Nope, I'm not doing anything. Of course, if he looks at the stream, God help me. Because sometimes he likes to pop in as Omni Prime. You know what I could do is I could temporarily block him from the stream. That's horrible though. That would be horrible. I don't want to do that. But at the same time, it's like, no, don't look. I'm working on your Christmas present. This is for you because I love you. I'm banned because I love. Silly. I am a silly person, but we knew this. There are no surprises here. So let's see here. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I'm gonna have to figure that out. And until I do, I don't have to worry about it right now because that's not until we put the collar on. I got the sleeves sort of down. Now, I have to make a decision though, because I remember I looked at a true yukata at the Akimatsuri festival, and the sleeves were lined in muslin, which I thought was a brilliant idea. So I'm considering maybe whether to do that. Okay, this is gonna bother me if I don't fix it, so I'm gonna have to do something about this. I'm gonna do this. I don't know if you can see, this is actually, I'm gonna try a technique that I use when I try to release like corners or. So here we have the seam allowance, and then it's gonna go like this. So then the rest of the seam, it's gonna kind of go up. I'm taking off like, I don't know if that'll actually work. So the collar gets sewn in to this diagonal bit all the way up here. Maybe I could just leave it alone. Or I didn't pay attention to that part too much. Also, the video that I watched, she never pressed her seams. It really bothered me. It really bothered me. Thank you. I appreciate your vote of confidence, because boy do I need it. Anyway, so we got, these are the front panels. So you got this diagonal bit on both sides, and then thank God I have the extra fabric just in case, because oh boy, do I even know what I'm doing? Nope. But I watched a video. I feel like I know everything now. No, don't do that. That's not how that works. But I have an inkling of what I need to do, and so that is what I'm going to do. So one thing that I think I made a mistake doing was that these two pieces are separate, although I may have been following the cutting instructions from that horrid ancient website that we all looked at earlier. However, the markings were pretty much spot on. So the way that it's supposed to work, so like this is the bottom, so it is supposed to hang kind of like on the side. I think the curve is on the outside. Yeah, so it's supposed to hang this way with the arms going through on the top, and it needs to be sewn or cut on a fold at the top. So I'm just gonna sew it at the top, and then it's folded open, and then we're gonna put together the front and the back pieces. Wish me luck. I mean, it's not that hard. It's just a straight seam, for goodness sake, for God's sake. I don't want to serge this though. So what I think I'm going to do a flat fell again, same way. So I'm going to put these wrong sides together, and then I'm going to grade the seam again, and it's going to have a very fine flat fell on the top of the shoulder, and then we're going to be able to open it up. This is how I felt making a fly on my husband's pants. Oh, yeah, that's tough. I really, you know what, I really got to get over it and just make a fly. Just do a fly. I couldn't believe, I was so embarrassed that I was supposed to be able to teach my students how to do a fly zipper, and I didn't know how. And I tried to learn, and I didn't really dedicate myself to it, because the end project was to do a top and a bottom, and I'm like, well, we can only do one or the other, so we're going to do a blouse and a skirt, and that's where it's going to stop. And so I felt like the fly was like not as important. They were all beginner students anyway, but I was kind of still embarrassed that I didn't know how to do a fly zipper. You would think. I know how to do pretty much everything else, but usually only when it comes to women's wear. Not that women's wear doesn't have a fly zipper. Here I'm going on because I'm really embarrassed that I didn't know how to do a fly zipper. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let's just not talk about that right now. Simplicity for the win. Oh, I know I should probably just, get a pattern and do it that way, right? Okay. We're good, we're good. We good, we good. Okay, I'm just gonna test this theory first. Make sure got this correctly. Yeah, I don't want any seams to show like raw on the inside, so I think this is a better choice. I may have a little trouble when I'm turning over the seam when I'm top stitching the outside and finishing, but we'll find out, because it might be a little too bulky at this flat fell. And hey, once I put this together, I can make yukatas, right? Step 1, learn how to make a yukata. Step 2, make yukata. Step 3, profit. Oh, this is going to require a pressing maneuver, perhaps. Unless I might be able to just do it. Hang on. 1 Minuten bitte. I'm gonna do it here. Lols! I have to get over my fear of buttonholes. Oh gosh, girl, I know. When you don't have a really sweet, nifty machine that can just do them, I was in that position once, and I was also like avoiding buttonholes. I did a lot of eyelet, corset lacings and stuff instead. But come on, go. But if you get a machine like this, it's pretty cheap and super versatile. It becomes less of a scary thing. And then you can just make a whole bunch of blouses for yourself. Wait. Oh, the yukata. Yeah, and you know, Otomino Sewing, they have those patterns in there. The yukata patterns. There's like several of them. There's even some in the old Goth Lolly pattern books as well. Oh my god, I hope I'm making the right decision, because I know this was a project that my boyfriend really wanted to participate in. He wanted to learn how to sew very badly, and he thought that he could just make himself a yukata and I could teach him how to do it. Well, the problem though was that I didn't know how to make a yukata, so I'm like, I gotta do this. It's just kind of sitting there in pieces. Also, I need a Christmas present for him, so to me this makes sense, but at the same time, I hope he doesn't get this and feels all disappointed that he didn't get to do the sewing himself. You know? My first machine has a one-step, but the cheap singer sucks at it. Oh, boo. My vintage has two one-step buttonholes, but I don't have the original buttonhole foot. Ah, that seems like jumping in the deep end. Yeah, although at the same time, like, I'm doing this a little bit more complicated than it probably needs to be. Like, I could just do this with straight seams and it'd be fine, and I think that's what we were originally planning to do. But me doing the flat fell seam is just me being able to use some more advanced techniques on it. That's it. If I just watched the instructions on how to make it, I probably could coach him through it. It's a lot of just straight seams, like I said, so And if somebody is really determined to learn, they might pick it up pretty quickly. Which he does seem to be. He's the kind of guy that likes to learn everything. I even asked him if he wanted to learn crochet sometime, and I think he thought about it for a hot minute, but he just hasn't had the time. So, you know, that's fair. Alright, that looks pretty nice. Why is this tension so weird? What is going on? I just need to raise the tension? I don't know what's happening. Okay, so here is one sleeve with the shoulder flat belled. So I'm going to do the other one now. But you like nice finishing. It'll hold up better. I think so. I think so. I was really brave at the start. Blouses, welt pockets, lots of different darts too. Oh man. My naivete and ignorance was probably a good thing, I guess, because I also dove straight into the deep end. Just learning how to sew, feeling like I was pretty confident in it, like, yeah, I got this down. My mom showed me how to do one pattern, and I felt like I can interpret just about anything just with the basics. And I wasn't wrong, but then I tried making something out of velvet. And that was hard. And I think it was like the very second thing I ever made for myself. It would have been at that time, like, I want to say the 5th thing I ever made, ever. And it was a beautiful dress. I have no idea where that dress is now, but I sure loved it. Velvet, I know. There's a foot for that too. It basically spreads the pile apart so that it sews evenly without like stitching down the pile itself. But I didn't know what I was doing, and it was being gathered, or I was gathering another material onto the velvet, which was like a nightmare. And at that time, when I was gathering something, because I learned early on the pull string, the bobbin string method, it was so full, and I just kind of pushed it through. Like, I just went for it without being careful or like checking my measurements or anything like that. I just like did it. Probably not the best idea, but I learned a lot, so I suppose it's okay. It did come out okay. I still have a picture of it somewhere too, like me modeling it. I was, God, 19. One day I will share it on the Discords, which is not right now. I should post some of my janky first projects. Yeah. I tried really, really hard. So, but you could still tell, like, man, I was just learning. And we all have to go through those growing pains, you know? Okay. On Discord, maybe we can show each other and give encouragement. Don't worry, my stuff first looked like this. Okay, so I think I started this. So I don't know if you know this trick, but if you have a lot of excess on the other side of your sewing machine over here, you can roll your fabric instead of like bunching it up. Just like neatly roll it so that it's nice and straight and still passes through without too much of a party happening. Good trick. Oh, was that supposed to be on? How did that happen? How did that happen? Why was that fan on? It's so weird. I'm like, what am I hearing? It sounds like there's a fan on. I look over and the fan is on. I'm not sure, but it might have been a cat. Looking at you, Cal. Okay, seriously, we are going to do this. This is a very narrow flat fell seam. Okay. it's really not even dinner time yet, so I don't know why you're crying. For real? Okay. So far, so good. There we go. One thing I thought about doing is maybe putting a facing around the edge. Yeah. I don't know if I should do that. Something. Or fully lining it with muslin, but the point is to wear it during summer so that you're not overheated and you're still covered. But anyway, these are what the sleeves now look like. Yeah? Yeah, you want to say hi? You want to say hi? Yeah? You do? You want to say hi with your panda hat on? Do you want your panda hat? So I know you don't like this panda hat. Hello? Hello? There you go. Oh, sorry. There you go. Okay. Panda hat. Panda hat time. Oh, yeah? Yeah? Oh, you don't like your panda hat? Well, you don't get dinner time yet. How? Oh. Alright. Come on. Let's go say hi. It's Panda Cat. Yeah? How about now? You got anything to say? No? Oh yeah? What? Don't you like your hat? Yeah, no, you don't like your hat? He doesn't like his hat. Panda Cat. Well, stop crying. It's too early for dinner. No. Meow. He won't stop. Lining might be stuffy. Yeah. He is ridiculous, and I think we just need to be real about that. He's so funny. My cat is ridiculous. Yes, you, I'm talking about you. Don't look at me like that. Okay, so now that we have the sleeve thing, let's do one side. I can at least do one side. Let's see. Oh, this is that collar. Alright, so here we have the left. This is the left. And then the sleeve, let's make sure, well, they're both going the same direction. Shit, that's okay. Oh, well, ha 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 ha. I guess that means I have to put it together. Also, I think there is a place that I'm supposed to cut out the back of the neck. Cutting the garment pieces. Okay, so the body. Or is it just square? bottom edge. Collar. I think it is just square. And there's supposed to be like a facing or muslin there. So, okay, that means that I don't have to shape anything in the back, according to that crazy website. So I am going to then take these two front pieces. Ah, my eyeball. Yeah, okay, that's about even. I think this is wider too than, so that means that the neckline is already naturally squared. Let me just check that first because I might just be talking up a storm and not making any sense. So we're gonna go with the arrows. I think it is. So if we did this, yeah. So then the squared off neckline is the natural neckline. That's the sleeve. This guy? That's the other sleeve. It's one side. Here's the other side. Okay. Phew. Right. Got it. So I think in this case I'm just going to go for the straight seam and then overlock it. But see here now, it's just naturally forming the square neckline. And that is what it says that it's supposed to do. Yeah, you literally just draft a huge block and bind the edge, essentially. Maybe next time you're in a rush, a happy coat would be better. No, he really wanted a yukata. Like, the whole point that we were starting this project is because we wanted to get ready for the Japanese festival. And he thought it would be a brilliant idea to try to start this project like a week before the weekend of the Japanese festival here. And I'm just like looking at these instructions going, I have no idea, but I can cut this. And we cut it out, and then we never ended up assembling the thing. But anyway, this makes sense according to the instructions. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Might make one soon, really cute for writing on the back of adding patches. Yeah. Or you literally just draft a huge block and bind the edge for the happy coat. Got you. Happy. I assume. Okay. Oh, really? Really? Get down. Get down. Down. Why? Why are you like this? It's way too early. Oh, help me, sewing gods. You're my only hope. I think I got this. I think I got this. Alright. I'm gonna have to overlock this anyway. No! Fighting with my cat! He won't leave me alone. He's so abusive and constantly yells at me. Mom, why won't you feed me? Why won't you feed me? Feed me now. Like, really? It wasn't that long ago. We're not starving. To figure out the fabric origami that's required for this thing. Oh, Cal. Swear to God, Kal-El. Okay, so now we have the front bits. Okay, that's kind of looking like the shape that you want, right? That's the neck. There was usually no shaping as far as I was able to discern from tutorials and stuff, or traditional shapes of yukata. It's all just square, rectangular bits put together. I might have to do something clever here. Same thing where I'm like snipping in this way and do like a top stitch on the outside here just to keep it from moving. Like give it some room coming this way. I suck at all origami. Well, shit. I don't know what to tell you. So, we have a sleeve. Could make it go this way. So I'll make it go the same direction as the front, because I just realized that the back and the front of these are going in the same direction on one of them and going in opposite directions on the other. Ah! I hate my life right now. Well, I guess that's happening. Anyway, sleeve. The sleeve is matched here at the shoulder and sewn up into a point. Oh, probably right about here. There is a portion that is left open for the underarm, and I have a sneaking suspicion it is like right this, Okay, so I did do the markings correctly on one of these. Let's see, where is this? I did a thing. Outstanding move. Yes, I know. I'm brilliant sometimes, and not so much in others. So, I don't know. Go easy on me. I'm still just learning what the hell I'm doing. This is ending at about 22 centimeters. So we're gonna do the same thing over here. Right there. Right, so the seam allowance is supposed to be 1 centimeter, but fuck it, we're throwing rules out the window today. Because I don't know, reasons. Oh, I'll be fine. Blech. I'm sorry, excuse me. Okay, so this is going to be the same on both sides. It is just sewn to the shoulder this way. This is the armhole. And then there's like a little opening in the underarm area. Okay, so I'm going to just pin the other one to the other side before I forget how. Not that I would, but you know. This is a mood. Husband Hotel makes me want to swear more creatively. It is very creative. It is definitely very creative in its swearing. I'm so glad you liked it. Oh gosh. Oh, and you know, okay. Usually I try to avoid doing this, but don't do this, guys and gals, kids. Selvage. Don't do that. Don't leave the selvage on. But whatever. This today is an experiment anyway. I care very little. Okay, and then let's see. 22. Is that what I'm aiming for, or what? No. I want this to be like this. Did I do that on that side? No. Because I'm stupid. Oh wait, I did. Wait, did I? I did. I did do this thing. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh god, it's going the opposite way. That's why. Little details. Little details. it's the way that this felt seam is going, it makes more sense to have it going this way. Because then, yeah, it nests better. Okay. That way. This is such a hot mess and I'm not paying attention, but it'll be functional at the very least. Jeez. And so what I was saying earlier too about the bottom of these sleeves, the video that I saw really helped me visualize better how this was generally put together, but the fact that they don't go over like the gathering part of the rounded portion at the bottom leaves very, very much to be desired. Anyway, alright, I'm going to attach these sleeves now and see what it looks like. And you know, like I said, after this, I'll have a better idea of how this sort of thing is put together and probably be able to do it better than before and a lot faster. It had to be a yukata. Let's do that. Okay. Neko back after forever. She held me hostage and talked. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. But I'm glad you're back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Don't mind me. I'm just suffering and crying over this yukata. Everything's fine. Nothing's on fire yet. I got stuck like that. I get stuck like that. I do too. I feel impolite, like excusing myself. I've learned to be a little better about it as I got a little older, but it's still a problem that I have. Like, I want to give people their chance to speak, and I feel like an asshole if I don't do that. So, kind of an issue. All right, it's starting to come together. It's starting to come together. You can sort of see now the sleeve and how that works. A little bit. Okay. I think I got this. Up until the next point where I'm like, I don't got this, so I don't know. I'm just gonna keep going until I hit a roadblock. And then maybe we'll just figure it out together, and you can help me with moral support. Oh, yeah, I was like, I have to go feed the dogs. I have a safe word for if I talk too much. She's an old lady too, so it's like, I know you're lonely. Oh yeah, what's your safe word? wait. Waru. Gamba waru. No. Ganbaru. Oh, thank you. Strawberries. I had to take a minute to read your hiragana, and so I kind of did it. Strawberries is your safe word. That's cool. When I worked in a particular retail store, I actually used to work for Electronics Boutique, which is now owned by GameStop, which is not doing too well. But besides that, I worked for Electronics Boutique back in the early turn of the century, so sounds so old, 20 years ago. Wow. Actually, now that I think about it, I did start working for them in November of 1999 when the PS2 was just about to be released, and they hired me for the big sale for PS2. But anyway, one of my associates, my associates back then, because I was the only female in a video game store in 1999/2000, so you can only imagine how many lonely males there were suddenly interested in talking to me. So I would get cornered often with conversation that I was uncomfortable with. And so one of the tactics that my coworker taught me was if I ever got caught in conversation like that, that I would give him a signal of rubbing my wristwatch, because I wore a wristwatch, I still do. But I would rub my wristwatch like this, just kind of casually, while this person would be talking to me, and he would come over to steal me away for a minute. And so that has since become my thing. I tell all my friends, and I tell my boyfriend, if you ever see me getting cornered by somebody conversing with me and I desperately want to go out, I'll do this. I'll rub my wrist. And so he knows to look for that now. Yeah, it's very useful. It's subtle. It looks pretty natural and casual, and almost if people that are close to you understand to look for that, it's really helpful, especially when you're in a very uncomfortable situation of sudden conversational awkwardness that you otherwise don't want to find yourself in. So if your friends help you and understand you, they will look for this sign and they'll rescue you out of an uncomfortable situation. All right. Starting to come together. Oh God, Cal. Like, every day, it's earlier and earlier. He's asking for his dinner. I guess it is his dinner time right now. I didn't realize how much time went by. It's past 4 o'clock, holy cow. Okay. Yeah. Give it. Time flies when you're being frustrated over making a yukata. Anyway, so you can sort of see the basic shape now. If I fold this at the shoulders like this, hang on, I'll pull this out. You sort of see that now? So, yeah, it's I figured I'd like start with the basic shapes, you know, because this much I understand now. I may have to. Okay, so there is a section down here, right in here. I think. Is it the back part that's left open completely, or is it just a portion of it that's like this much? And it's so that you have give, so that when you raise your arm, it doesn't pull the rest of the garment out of the obi. And it's called something. There's a name for it that I've already forgotten. Miyu something. Miyu. So anyway, it's the opening here. Is you leave that much. So, and then there's also like, did I mark it here? Yeah. Okay. So this much is left open. Depending. Oh no, this is the other side. Did I mark it on this one? I think this one. One of these has full marking on it. Yeah. So somehow I'm going to have to figure out how to do the foldy bit at the corner here, or the roundy bit. And then I have collar to contend with that is supposed to end somewhere down here. How long is this thing? Did I make it long enough? Yeah, I guess that is supposed to be about there. Okay. Oh, my Walalita only has a potion open. A potion? Portion? Oh, so, hang on. To cook soon. I can say those soups, so lots of prep. Yeah, well, let me think now. I think the whole thing. Get back. Do you not have instructions? No instructions. Just a retro site. Oh, my Walalita only has a portion open. Or potion open. Yeah, so it's an ancient site that has the basic cutting instructions, which we followed. And then I watched a video on the general construction of how to put it together. And the rest of it, I'm just kind of making up based on logic, I guess. So, I'm going to have to watch that video again, but it is coming together. So, that being said, this is going to have some interfacing. This is the collar. It is in half, so it should go all the way around. And it is like a double folded sort of thing. So I'm going to use some interfacing on there, and it's supposed to go like up here, you know? And then at the bottom, it's kind of squared off on itself. Sort of. I left hanging and then turned inside out. So it basically is supposed to look like this. And then I'm going to make the obi. But having gotten this far, I don't think it'll take me too much longer to finish this guy. So hopefully it'll be done by Christmas. I expect it might even be done tomorrow. So, Melon, don't let me keep you from your soup prep. I am going to make this a short day just for the sake of research and necessity because I don't want to stress about this. I do want to get this done, but I also need to hide it. So before my boyfriend gets off at 5, I should probably just put this away under something so he maybe doesn't suspect. I don't know. So better not leave any evidence. Just leave that there. Alright, so I'll be back tomorrow. And I think I might have it by tomorrow. I think we'll be okay. So for now, I'm gonna say goodbye. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Neko and Melon. I love seeing you guys in the chat as usual, and we'll see you on the Discord. So yeah, thanks for being my friend. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.